collar to the junction point. Now I've sewn around the lapel, so I clip into the lapel and trim it back. Most times I'd trim that back if it was thicker fabric by 2 different sizes grading, but this time it's only a thin fabric, so I'm going to just clip it fairly close, 6mm close, and continue down the front. Now in order to press that seam open, there's just no other way you can do it except with the point presser. So I'm going to take a few little V pieces out before I start, because that's all got to fit inside that curve. When it's all pressed in, all that's got to fit inside the curve without overlapping. So I'm going to take 3 little V pieces out, and then just like I've done, this is a curved collar, so the curve fits over the padded curved in, and slip it inside. You can see I've already done that one. You can see how that come from both ends. So I've pressed it open and flat so you get the full value of the seam, and now I'm going to do exactly the same using the lapel, pulling it over the corner till it fits nice and snugly into the shape. First of all, crimping it a little bit with my hand so I don't burn myself with the iron, trying to get those smaller seam allowances open. Let's get down there with the iron. Just hold it there while it sits, and then around the corner, over the curve again, separating the edges and pressing that side open there. I've got a tight little curve there, so I'm just going to put that to the pointy end and see if I can get the little tiny bit out on the end. So if it's a pointed collar, of course you'd use the pointy end, but I'm just going to drag that round to see if I can get those little tiny bits there open. Separate them with my fingers, give it a hit and a press. The remainder of it could be put on the sleeve board and pressed open. Let's see if we can just get that down the front there so you can see what's happening. Just going to give that a little clip where the lapel turns back, and I'll just worry about the bit above there. So I'll press that open. And then, because I've got a corner at the bottom, you can see that I've stitched the bottom of the facing. Normally I'd trim that off, but I'll wait till I check both front edges are exactly the same length. Point going in there again, another hard spot to try and press without a point presser, so that lies down nice and flat. Use your hand just to hold it, same going back up the other way. So that's the last little corner there on the front of the lapel. I'm going to turn it inside out, and I'll use the clapper side of the point presser to give the outside a really sharp finish. So as I say, I'll trim that off when I check the 2 front edges, and I'll turn it inside out and see what she looks like. So turn the lapel inside out, pushing out the curves. You can see what that, and I haven't even pressed that, or given it a press with the clapper. Looks pretty good.